If humans were incapable of lying, what would be different? Politics! I wonder if it would also take the charisma out of politics. You would need to convince people of things, because they would know what you're saying is the truth. Perhaps what would become most important is knowledge. And that is the version of politics I would very much get by. This is the setting for a movie called The Invention of Lying. Hadn't heard of it before. We'll check it out. A great movie. You will not be disappointed. My family just talked about this movie 2 days ago, but couldn't remember the name, thanks. Everyone would know who dealt it. Not necessarily. The one with the silence did the violence. Although, if they don't deny it, how could they have ever supplied it? People would talk less, I think. Definitely. Silence is not lying. Withholding truth. But smile more. Never telling anyone what they're against or what they're for. The divorce rate would skyrocket. I don't know, because I think the dating stage would become even more important. Perhaps fewer people would get married, though. I'm looking for a long-term relationship with someone who's financially stable, emotionally secure, and in a good place in their life. I'm looking for someone with much lower standards than me. Check, please. Fake news and false advertising. The majority of advertisements contain false or manipulative features, no matter how small, insignificant, or subconscious they are. Truthful manipulation would become the key craft to master. Wife. How was your business trip? Husband. Oh, I had a 5-way with 4 women. Divorce 100. Hey, we would know where Maddie McCann is at this point in time. I have a fairly strong idea of where she is at this point in time, which brings us to only another point, which is that the legal concepts of libel and slander would almost cease to exist. And movies wouldn't be as interesting. The film The Invention of Lying deals with this issue. There's no fiction. Every show is just history as read by a guy in an armchair. Hadn't heard of that. We'll probably check it out. Is it a good watch? It's a so-so comedy. Interesting idea for sure. Ricky Gervais is the lead and he's the only one on the planet who figures out he can lie. Oh, here it goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I sped some more. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. And speeding. The justice system would be a lot simpler. There would be a lot less reposts from people trying to claim content as their own and a lot less extravagant stories being shared here on Reddit. Ah, the dream. Yep, originality everywhere. Only flat out lie? Or also lying by omission? How about lying by presentation? Where you portray something and nudge people to interpret it as something while never actually claiming it is and in reality isn't. How is the lie detected? By the person telling it or universal? If it's the former, Trump would still be able to say he's the smartest man alive. Oh, in that case, God no. Camera filters! Tinder. I think that'll put the Tinder subreddit out of business. Illegal activities and by extension law enforcement and courts. It would be very easy to find out who did something or not. Court system would still find a way to jail innocent people. My ex would have never said she loved me. You okay? It'd be easier to date. I don't think humans would have survived prehistoric times without lying. Ugh. Look over there! A pack of saber-toothed tigers! We better hide! Look, being dishonest about our whereabouts would not be fair to the tiger. Let's just sit here and... Ah, yes. Prehistoric times where everyone was just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, there's a movie about this. Thought it was pretty good. I think my favourite part was the Pepsi ad that just said, when they don't have Coke. The worst part seemed to be that TV was just some guy reading historical accounts of things that happened. Trump would be incapable of speaking at all. Trump would melt like he was those Nazis in Raiders of the Lost Ark. In the interests of balance, every politician on the face of the earth would probably be screwed, but at least not every word that comes out of their mouths is a barefaced lie. Everything. Relationships would end extremely quickly. Population would decline.
The moon landing!
Only 9 commandments.
Civilization would collapse!
My life. We would be extinct. Anyone could be a lawyer. Many teachers would lose jobs.
Hi girl, I have a small male reproductive organ.
May I trace the circumference of your labia until I climax? We would be one as a species. No separate countries. Just one singular population. Where would be no politicians! Opinion and non-tested ideas are not lying, but the reasons for those ideas will be evident. Any future decisions will be much better informed. Well, get this, we wouldn't say anything when someone asks. We would probably incorporate disclaimers into some hand signal while speaking and speak in the most general terms possible.
Does this dress make me look fat?
I think it would affect creativity. Most of our creativeness develops in childhood, but some of it is based off lies, like Santa and the Tooth Fairy and such. This world would be a much more boring and logical place. Side note, I don't condone lying to children for fun. There would be no need to make up excuses to decline invitations to social gatherings, parties, and other events you didn't want to attend.
Everyone would be Rogel Jorn! I would still have friends.
There would be no religion. The pants industry would probably suffer horrible losses.
Now let's assess this logically. Every conversation would consist of people trying to give away as little as possible so as not to accidentally give away the truth. So, in turn, the concept of lying would be replaced with the concept of evasiveness or just silence. And the evasiveness could only be kept up for so long before the person asking gained enough information to finally ask the right question, at which point silence would take over. In short, the enormous majority of conversations would be a total Sith-fest, and the situation we have at the moment where liars tend to do well would be replaced with one where people are adept at sniffing out the truth would be in charge. Whole books would have been written on strategies to do this and how to avoid it happening to you. There would be a field of linguistic study that contained loads of thought experiments like, what do you think a world would be like if prison could simply answer no to a question in which the answer is yes? It wouldn't be better. It would just be differently Sith.
Whole lot less talking.
Everyone in the medical profession would be much more direct. Is he gonna make it, Doc?
No way, dude!
Many companies go bankrupt.
No, teaching for sure. Wormer kids would get some harsh truth early on, which is not necessarily a good thing. Say goodbye to the court, a simple "did you do it" would end all crime investigations.
Oh man, the whole justice system would be obliterated at that point. We wouldn't have the enduring peace we enjoy right now.
You could not lie.
The Fifth Amendment would be used all the time. I don't know why it's always assumed that this scenario results in everyone on Earth suddenly becoming uncontrollably voluble. Crime would lower to a minimum, and if you're caught and they ask you if you did it, you really can't say no. 'Cause yes. I'd probably be giving fewer blows.
The current government? Everything.
Watch the movie Invention of Lying with Ricky Gervais.
Photoshop!
Just imagine it, Trump would be mute! Men wouldn't have to worry if their child is theirs or not. Most of the illegal substances would be legal, plus we would have polygamy for most couples. Because of our recent history, we are not mature enough for those two things, even though the majority of people live by it under the radar, and it just hurts people.
All court cases would be open and shut.
Politics and the press, due to lobbying, it could even be argued that these are the same. Trials would be a lot shorter.
I would be divorced!
Goodbye, televangelists!
If that includes lying to ourselves, I imagine the suicide rate would be significant.
Politics, religion.
PETA!
Humanity would be extinct already. Murder and war. Child porn would have been legal. The judicial system. Relationships. Divorces. If I took anything away from the Wheel of Time, then it's this. Nothing would change. Not being able to lie won't automatically lead to more truthfulness, it will simply lead to more obscure conversations. Small talk like, how are you today, or
how's life treating you would turn into something you only ask close friends and not a routine greeting that no one expects any real answer to.
Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to Reddit Originals for more videos like this. Oh, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our videos. We upload a video each day, so stay tuned.